Okay, the theory is World War III is already underway, but it's in a proxy war. So let me give you the answers here. Why would Turkey take down a Russian fighter jet that was bombing ISIS? Because we're in a proxy war. 2, why would Turkey, Russia, Syria allow to export and sell oil to ISIS to country? Because it keeps ISIS, the pawns, alive. ISIS is proven to be a valuable pawn for every player on the planet, and that's why they have not been defeated. But is America complicit? Well, let me ask you. Please explain to me the country's policy. Our policy is to contain ISIS. The president has bragged about how he has kept them contained. Remember?
But ISIS is gaining strength, aren't they?
Well, I don't think they're gaining strength. What is true is that from the start, our goal has been first to contain, and we have contained them. They have not gained ground in Iraq.
Okay. So to contain them. So what, honestly, in what world does it make sense to contain the most evil group of people the world has ever known? Why wouldn't you want to wipe people off the face of the earth? They are literally saying Sharia law now allows them to kill all the handicapped people. They're throwing homosexuals off of roofs. They're killing people. They're beheading people. They're crucifying people. Why would you want to contain that? Let me show you. Obama's policy in ISIS, answer number 3. This is quite a charge because our policy supports ISIS, but I'm going to back it up. And I want you to share this with your friends. The DOD has just released classified documents. They were declassified and they released them. It's an intel assessment from about the time of Benghazi. It is a snapshot of how this administration viewed the Middle East at the time, what they thought would happen, and what our plan was. And they had 3 goals, and I want to show them to you. The first one, development of the current events into a proxy war. With support from Russia, China, and Iran, the regime is controlling the areas of influence. Current events. They're referring to the Arab Spring, and then the Syrian war, the Syrian civil war, and what has happened. Syria has developed into a full-on proxy war, with Russia and Iran siding with Assad against the West. So, first step, mission accomplished for Team Obama. Second one, they said, opposition forces trying to control the eastern areas adjacent to the western Iraq provinces, in addition to neighboring Turkish borders, blah, blah, blah. Okay, got it? What are they saying here? They're saying that the Gulf states, Turkey, are supporting these efforts. The opposition forces, what are the opposition forces? The opposition forces ends up being ISIS. And they were spot on. What was their plan? Not to defeat it, but to harness them and use them for regime change. We supported their efforts. Our policy was to actually support and harness ISIS in order to get what we wanted, which was Assad out. I got to tell you something. Every liberal in this country that has ever said anything bad about this nation and says that we get involved in other people's crap and we're trying to control other people, this is an example, and it is in documents from the DOD. This is obscene, what we're doing. 3 in the documents. If the situation unravels, there is the possibility of establishing a declared or undeclared Salafist principality in eastern Syria. And that's exactly what the supporting powers of the opposition want, in order to isolate the Syrian regime, which is considered the strategic depth of Shia expansion in Iraq and Iran. Let that sink in. What are they saying? The intel community, again, spot on. They need credit for this. They've been getting a bad name. They're right. The undeclared Salafist principality in Syria, that's ISIS. They control parts of Syria just like they predicted. And the policy was to support them. Incredibly, ISIS running roughshod all over Syria and Iraq is exactly what this administration wanted. ISIS is the fruit of the Obama administration's labor. Let that sink in and spread the word and show the document. ISIS is the fruit of this administration. They wanted an extremist Islamic group fighting Assad, and that is what has happened. Look at what's happened since ISIS has arrived. They have not been destroyed. They have not been contained. Team Obama would like you to believe that ISIS caught them by surprise, but in reality, they saw ISIS coming. They said that, oh, they're junior league. We'll be able to use them in a proxy war, and the consequences have been devastating. The human toll is immeasurable. Would Paris have happened if we had destroyed ISIS rather than contained them? We are reaping what this out of control, immoral administration is sowing. The president prefers ISIS contained. Why? Because they are a pawn in their own documents for him to get what he wants, Assad out, and to have a proxy war with Iran and Russia. It is shocking, it is infuriating, it is damn near criminal, but it is the truth according to their own documents. The world and the press must demand answers. We must stand against evil, foreign and domestic. In the meantime, millions will continue to suffer as this global proxy war rages on. But thank God, there is hope. Next.